Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Manshed. Today's Lidl tool unboxing and review is going to be on this, the hot glue gun. It's not my first Lidl's hot glue gun, it's my second one. I'll explain the reason for that straight after the unboxing, so let's go into that now. Okay, this is the unboxing of the Parkside, so Lidl's own brand, hot glue gun. I'll just hold it a bit close. You can freeze the frame here if you want to read any of the details. There's that. We'll flip it over. It's probably the same details each side actually. So as is usually the case with Lidl stuff, most of them do come in a nice blow moulded case as well. So there's a little tire up here proving that it's not been opened. Slice that off. There's the instruction book. The gun itself, plug with a UK plug on it, type lead. Now there's two ways you can use these. You can either plug in. I don't usually. I've had one of these before, so I'm quite familiar. I'll explain why in the head-to-head in a minute. Why this is my second one. But you can either plug in this base station, plug it there, so you can plug that in, and then the two sockets there in the base of the gun fit on that plug there. On the base station. This is like a swivelling, spring-loaded socket. So you'd put your two. Get it right. Let's see. Just clip the gun in there like that. And then it just tips forward on the stand like that. So that's it vertical, and the weight of the gun just tips forward there, and there's like a little drip tray here, little rubber drip tray that the glue doesn't stick to, so it's quite easy to peel off that because it's a soft flexible rubber, so you can just peel the set glue off there. And so you leave that plugged in all the time. If you're using it on a big project, I would say probably use that and plug it in and out. Or if you don't want to be bothered with this base, you can of course just plug it direct into the mains and place it down on something that isn't going to burn. Again, more about that in a bit. Now the last one I got, which was about probably 3 or 4 years ago, came with a couple of extra nozzles, although I could never work out why, because I never used them nozzles. This appears to just come with the one nozzle, which, like I said, is fine by me, and I don't know whether that comes off or not. Yeah, you can pull that rubber forward and you can take the nozzle off. There's the rubber back. There's also a little fold down stand there. So if you pasted it on say just a work surface, it could sit like that. Comes with three sticks of glue, and it's just a general purpose glue. So you obviously just push that in there, and then as you pull the trigger, once it's warmed up, it oozes through. I'll show you it in use, gluing a lump of wood or something shortly. So that's basically it. So you just get the 3 sticks of glue, the glue gun itself, the base stand. You don't appear to get the other changeable nozzles. Well, like I say, I could never work out what the nozzles were for anyway. Probably nobody ever used them, I never did. Just the one nozzle is fine. Okay, give you a bit of an explanation why this is my second one now, and then we'll test it in use. Okay, so there you have it on the unboxing. Now, if you remember, I did tell you at the beginning and during the unboxing that it's not me first glue gun from Lidl's. What happened was, briefly, it was my fault, total idiot. While I was constructing this man shed a year ago, actually a year ago to the day I was halfway through it, I'd been doing something inside, and I'd left it on the carpet, so I must have been near the end of construction. I'd already owned it about three or 4 years, and I'd been gluing something, I can't remember it, in the shed, but I'd left it plugged in and just lying on the carpet like an idiot. Didn't use a stand and didn't use a lump of wood or anything. And I'd covered these cooling grills at the front with the carpet, and it was on about 24 hours, maybe even 36 hours. I came in the following day and there was a big hole burnt in the carpet. The glue gun itself was cold, so it sort of shut off. What happened was it had blown the fuse in the plug because it had burnt out inside. The reason being, it was plugged in so long, lack of ventilation in a warmish room with the grills blocked. Something inside had burnt out, blew the fuse. I didn't bother taking it back to Lidl's. Like I said, I'd had it 3-4 years, I think. So it might have been even out of its 3-year guarantee. But even if it hadn't, it was my fault. I'd left the thing plugged in like an idiot. So it wasn't any fault of the machine. I've been looking, they've been in occasionally since then, and I've kept meaning to get one. I did buy, here is a little tiny thing off B&M Bargains, or something like that, for 3 or 4 quid. And it's okay for tiny little stuff, but for anything biggish, you can't get enough glue on quick enough before it starts drying. So you're much better off with something this size for DIY work. So we'll now go into a quick demo on what it can do. It's for sort of these sort of things that I'll be showing you. If you want massive strength on a wood-to-wood joint, you'd use PVA or epoxy or impact adhesive or something like that, and screw it together. But for quick joints where massive strength isn't important and you want it to set quick and maybe give a bit of insulation, vibration proofing between the two things you glue together, it's absolutely ideal. So we'll go straight into the demo now, and I'll catch you again at the end. Okay, so it says heat up time 5 minutes on the box, but I've just timed it and it was about more like 2.5. So 2.5 minutes to heat up. I'm just going to glue now. I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to glue this piece of wood. to this piece of wood. I'm going to put a weight on the end of it, and then I'm going to glue a bit of fur to the wood as well, just to show you two different things. So like I say, I've had it plugged in probably about 3.5 minutes or so now. You can of course unplug it. You can of course unplug it totally and use it cordless for a while. It stays hot for a while. But if you're outside like this, you just leave it plugged in. So basically you just put it on like that. You've got to be pretty quick because it does start setting pretty quick. Now I'm going to clamp this. And just give it a minute or two to dry. I'll just to prove I've not cut and edited a tape, I'll leave this running in real time. I'll now go and get a bit of a weight to put on there. Okay, I've just been in the kitchen and I've got this out of the you can see it from under the sink. It's a big heavy, it's 1.35 litres of fairy liquid and it's full, so it weighs a fair bit. Not sure how much, but that's been on what, a couple of minutes maybe now. It's still a bit wet, that wood. So while we're waiting for that, what I'm going to do is, got a bit of fur here, so again I used this fur for making a tiny little dead cat wind protector to protect the outside CCTV cameras from wind noise. Again, there's a video on that if you want to check out one of my other vids. If you've got any CCTV cameras with a sound input, they do pick up tons of wind noise. You can cut a bit of this sort of fur. I got this off of my grandson's old coat. I'm not using a clamp on this obviously, just pressing it down. So we'll leave that a bit. So we'll take this off now. Again, if you were wanting a really strong joint, you'd leave it a bit longer because it's pretty solid, but the longer you leave it, the colder it gets, the better it gets. So clamps off it now, and there is that bottle on the end, and it's supporting that pretty easy. I'll see how much that is. That took some going, and as you see, it's the wood that broke. Come unstuck there, but it pulled the wood with it as well. So quite a strong bond, not as strong as PVA or epoxy. And if you're doing large sheets of wood and that, you'd probably use one of them two glues. But for little quick jobs where you haven't time to wait, it's ideal. And again, on this fur, you know, that's, you can see it's pretty tight on that. If I've got to pull it at a fair thing, and it's still slightly warm, not fully dry. That, so it would have got stronger, but that would have been ample for a job like that. You don't need mega strength for that. So basically that's it. The light stays on all the time. Don't know whether you can see that in the daylight or not at all. It doesn't go out or come on when it reaches temperature or anything. So basically that's it. You can see how tough it is. By the way, yeah, I do know the state of me Black & Decker workmate. It's one of the original ones. oh god, when they very first came out, what, 30, 40 years ago maybe? Really, yeah, my dad bought it me, and I wasn't that old when he bought it me. And yeah, it's in some use, but it still works. For 2 new lumps of wood, it'd be alright. So okay, so we'll just finish off with a bit of a final review now. Okay, so there you have it. I hope that demo showed how it can be used on a lump of wood and on a piece of fabric. Like I say, for £8, £7.99, you can't go wrong. And with Lidl's 3-year guarantee, it's just a bargain. Until I damaged my other one by leaving it plugged in so long, lying on the carpet, I'd used it many times, and it worked great. So reliability is good. They also sell, Lidl's, usually when the glue gun's in stock, but at other times as well, these glue sticks. I got a big box of them. I've still got half of them left, and I think it's my second box. I think I'd used one box up at first on the other gun. These are universal ones, glue, which I find good enough really. You can get just PVA ones for wood, and I've also seen them in glitter, different colours of glitter, obviously for kids. And yeah, I can't remember how much these are, but they're good value and worth getting a spare box in. You get the three with the actual new gun, as I showed you in the unboxing. So that's it. Hope it's been of some use. I have 2 more little unboxing and reviews coming up very shortly on a tiny handheld battery operated angle grinder, and again on a battery operated wood plane. I'll be picking them up this Sunday in 3 days time. I'll be doing reviews if they haven't run out of stock, and I'll be doing reviews on them as well. So I hope you can come back to have a look at them, and I hope this has been of some use to you. Hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.